Imagine owning a piece of video game history so rare, it could buy you a luxury car. That's exactly what happened when a near-mint sealed copy of Super Mario Bros. For the NES sold for a jaw-dropping $2 million in 2021. This wasn't just any old cartridge. It was an unopened first print from 1985, still in pristine condition, housed in a clear plastic case with a perfect WATA 9.8A++ grade. Why is it so valuable? It marks the beginning of Nintendo's dominance in home gaming and is often considered the birth certificate of modern video games. What made this sale even more historic was the timing. It occurred during a boom in retro game collecting, with investors and collectors rushing to grab iconic titles. It wasn't just about nostalgia, it became a matter of prestige. Very few copies from this early print run exist, especially ones untouched and sealed like this. Plus, the cover design and lack of trademark symbols on the box point to its original batch, making it even rarer. When a sealed copy of The Legend of Zelda fetched $870,000 at auction, the gaming world took notice. This wasn't just a cartridge, it was a relic from the golden age of gaming, a first production run sealed in flawless condition. The game, originally released in 1987 for the NES, introduced players to the mythical land of Hyrule and pioneered open-world exploration long before it became a genre staple. The box, sealed and untouched, featured subtle indicators of its rarity, an early Reve label and no NES GP code on the back, which helped identify it as one of the first ever distributed. In collector terms, that's like owning a first edition Harry Potter book. What drove the price so high was not only the historical significance, but also the condition. A WATA 9.0 grade gave it serious value among collectors. Additionally, as Zelda is one of Nintendo's most beloved franchises, this sale held emotional and cultural weight. It's more than a game, it's a symbol of 1980s creativity, the roots of modern adventure gaming. In July 2021, a sealed copy of Asterisk Super Mario 64 Asterisk sold for a staggering $1.56 million, sending shockwaves through the retro gaming community. Why? Because this wasn't just a beloved 3D platformer, it was one of the most pristine and rare copies in existence. This copy was graded a near-perfect WATA 9.8A++, meaning it was virtually untouched with its shrink wrap and box in immaculate condition. The game itself was revolutionary, setting the standard for 3D game design and influencing countless titles for decades. It was the first game many players experienced on the Nintendo 64, and its innovation in camera control and movement changed the industry forever. But what makes this copy so valuable isn't just the nostalgia, it's the condition. Fewer than 5 copies in the world are known to have this high a grade. The auction was part of a booming market for video game collectibles, where investors see sealed games as a new form of high-return investment. Capcom's Mega Man franchise is legendary, but few expected that an original sealed copy of the first game from 1987 would fetch $144,000 at auction in 2021. This sale highlighted just how rare the original print of Asterisk Mega Man Asterisk really is, especially in such exceptional condition. The early NES title was part of a limited run, and most copies from that era were opened and played to death, making a factory-sealed version almost mythical. The box art, known for its famously off-model depiction of the character, adds a quirky appeal that makes this version even more collectible. Despite its challenging gameplay, Asterisk Mega Man Asterisk established a legacy that led to dozens of sequels and spin-offs. This copy was graded WATA 9.6A+, a near-mint score that placed it among the rarest known specimens of the game. Collectors prize these high-graded copies because they are nearly impossible to find in the wild. A sealed copy of Asterisk Final Fantasy Asterisk for the NES sold for $204,000, marking it as one of the highest-priced JRPG games ever sold. Originally released in 1990, Asterisk Final Fantasy Asterisk launched what would become one of the most iconic and long-lasting franchises in gaming history. What makes this particular copy so valuable? First, the condition. It received a WATA 9.8A++ grade, meaning it's virtually untouched, with perfect seal and box quality. Second, it's part of an early production run, which increases its scarcity. In the late 80s and early 90s, very few games were preserved unopened, making high-grade versions exceedingly rare. This game wasn't just valuable for its packaging, though. Asterisk Final Fantasy Asterisk introduced deep storytelling, party-based combat, and fantasy world-building that was groundbreaking at the time. Its influence can be seen in almost every RPG that followed. Red Sea Crossing is one of the most mysterious and rarest Atari 2600 games ever produced. Created by a Christian developer named Steve Stack in 1983, the game was marketed through religious magazines rather than retail stores, making it nearly invisible in the mainstream gaming world. For decades, its existence was more of a rumor than reality, until a copy surfaced at a garage sale in 2007, featuring Moses parting the Red Sea while dodging Pharaoh's chariots and sea creatures. The game's biblical theme was unlike anything else available at the time. Only 2 known copies are confirmed to exist today. In 2012, one of these copies sold for $10,400, instantly making it one of the most valuable Atari cartridges ever. Its mystique lies in both its obscurity and its unique religious storytelling in a medium that rarely explores such themes. Red Sea Crossing proves that the rarest treasures often come from the most unexpected corners of the gaming world. Air Raid is legendary in the world of Atari collecting. Released in the early 1980s by a small company named Mania, this game has the most uniquely shaped cartridge ever made for the Atari 2600 Light Blue, with a handle like T-shaped top. The game itself involves defending a city from airborne invaders, which was standard fare for the era, but it's the cartridge's rarity that sets it apart. Only a handful of these cartridges have ever surfaced. And in 2012, a complete copy complete with the original box and instruction manual sold for a staggering $33,433. What makes Air Raid even more coveted is the combination of its unique physical design and its status as Manavision's only published title. It's a piece of software and industrial design history, making it a top prize among serious collectors. Birthday Mania is so rare, it almost doesn't seem real. Developed in the early 1980s, this Atari 2600 title wasn't sold in stores. It was a custom-order game designed to be personalized for someone's birthday. The label was left blank so buyers could write the birthday person's name on it. The game itself features party themes like cake, candles, and festive icons. But it's the ultra-limited distribution that makes this title incredibly valuable. As of today, only one known complete copy exists. That one copy, discovered by a collector in New Jersey, has been valued at over $35,000. Birthday Mania isn't just rare, it's almost mythical. Unlike other expensive games that were sold at auction, Birthday Mania rarely even enters the open market, and its one-of-a-kind status makes it more of a historical artifact than a commercial product. The Nintendo World Championships, 1990. Gray Cartridge is more than just a game. It's a piece of competitive gaming history. Only 90 copies of this cartridge were ever produced, making it one of the rarest Nintendo releases in existence. This game was distributed to finalists who competed in the 1990 Nintendo World Championships, an event that was the foundation of modern esports. The cartridge contains custom versions of Super Mario Bros., Rad Racer, and Tetris, all modified with strict time limits and scoring mechanisms to test speed and skill. What makes the gray variant particularly valuable is its scarcity. While the gold version was given away in a Nintendo Power Contest, the gray cartridges were reserved for actual competitors. In 2020, a copy of this cartridge fetched over $84,000 at auction, with prices fluctuating based on condition and authenticity. Because of its deep connection to early competitive gaming culture and its extremely limited release, the NWC Gray cartridge is more than just nostalgic, it's legendary. This isn't just a game, it's a snapshot of gaming's golden era.